Hello, boys and girls. This week's lesson is on measures of central tendency and range. Measures of central tendency. If we break this down, it measures, we know what measures are. How big something is, or how long something is, or the actual value of something. Central means like middle. Tendency means how much it tends to happen. So we're talking about numbers that tend to happen to be sort of like in the middle, in the central. Okay. And the ones that are measures of central tendency are your mean, your median, and your mode. Okay. The mode right here. Those are called measures of central tendency because mostly the answers to these are mostly guided towards the middle. And then we have range. Range is like how far something is, or the distance, how far the distance is from one side to another. And we're going to go ahead and discuss that in just a minute. That's why it's always called measures of central tendency and then range. It's kind of like the loner on the outside. So first we have a mean, okay? Not mean like when someone is inappropriate toward you. But mean means the sum of all the numbers in a set of data divided by the number of numbers. That sounds kind of weird, right? It's also known as the average. An average, that's kind of like how we get your grades sometimes. Average, for example, if I had a 2, an 8, a 9, and a 5, and somebody asked me for the mean or the average of it, I would add all of those numbers together, the sum of all the numbers instead of data, and then divide it by the number of numbers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. So I would add them all up and then divide it by 4. Okay, because there's 4 numbers. That would be the mean, the average. It's kind of like when somebody wants to split their bill 4 ways. If when you go out to dinner or to lunch with friends, let's say you 4 friends went to dinner and they're like, it's okay, just split it up evenly. Then you add everything up and then you split it by those people. Okay. So then you have median, which is the middle number. Median, like if you know Spanish, median is like el medio. The middle number in a set of data arranged from least to greatest or greatest to least. So often people make the biggest mistake of finding the median because they just look at the numbers and they go look for the middle number right away. But they forget that you have to put the numbers in order from either least to greatest or greatest to least. And it's also known as the center because it's the middle, the center. Now, sometimes if you have an even number of numbers, there are 2 numbers in the center. And then, of course, if there's 2 numbers in the center, then you have to find their average, meaning since there's 2 numbers in the middle, you have to add them up and divide by 2 because there's 2 numbers in the middle. You have to find their average. What's the number that's in between the 2? Okay. Then we have mode. The number that appears the most in a set of data. There can be one mode. There can be more than one mode, or no mode at all. That means you have to see which number repeats the most. Okay. If there is no mode, do not put a 0. Yeah, some people, when they see no mode, they put a 0. And 0 is a number, remember. So if you put 0, then you're saying that 0 is the number that appears the most. If there's no number that repeats itself more than once, or no number that shows up the most, then you put no mode. You can't put a 0. Okay. And finally, you have the range, the difference between the highest and the lowest number in a set of data, also known as the spread, how far something spreads. The range, so you get the highest number and then the lowest number and you subtract them. It's kind of like finding the difference. Difference means to subtract. So we subtract the highest minus the lowest. Okay, so let's do some examples. Okay, so let's take a look at this one right here. It says the high temperatures each day last week were 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 83 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 83 degrees Fahrenheit, and 79 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 questions. What is the range in high temperature last week? And what is the median, the middle number? Okay, el medio. The best thing to do whenever you're working with these problems is put them in order right away from least to greatest. So if I look at these numbers, it looks like 72 would be the smallest. So I'm going to put 72. Okay. Then it looks like 75. I always like to put them in order from least to greatest. I don't know, I just feel like it's easier. Then we have 79. Then we have 80. Then we have 81. And then we have an 83. And then we have another 83. Man, if they would have asked us for the mode, the number that appears the most, we knew it would have been 83 right away. But unfortunately, they didn't ask us for that. They're asking for the range, the difference between the highest and the lowest numbers. So I can already tell this is the highest number, the 83, and this is the lowest, the 72. So right away, for this, I'm going to go and do 83 minus 72. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 8 minus 7 is also 1. So, what is the range? It's 11. There's 11 numbers between 72 and 83. That's the range of them. Okay? Next question. What is the median? What is the middle number? Okay, what is the middle number? I see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to say, okay, I want to go look for the middle number. Okay, by. Okay. I'm going to go away and go away. See, I'm taking from the highest and the lowest, and I'm slowly working my way to the middle. Out. So the middle number would be 80. And that's it. Okay. Take a look at number 2. It says, following is a set of data. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. Luckily for us, they're already in order, if you notice. Okay. What is the median of the data? And what is so they're looking for median, the middle, and then the mean. Okay. So, median. So we're going to go like this and like that, like this, like that, like this. Well, let me just rewrite it for you guys. I can do it on the side. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. 9. Okay, perfect. Okay, good thing they didn't ask for the mode. Otherwise, I knew the mode was 9, because 9 is the number that repeats the most. Some people forget and they're like, is it 8 and 9? Well, no, because 8 repeats, but only 2 times. 9 repeats 3 times. So 9 would be the mode. And also 5 repeats twice, right? Okay, so we take this one off, and then this one, this, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. And then, of course, 8 is in the middle, so 8 is my answer. Okay? Mean, average. Okay? So this is where we have to add up all of our numbers. So, let's see. I'm going to write these down so we know. We can take it slow if you guys want. We can say, okay, this is 10. That is, 13. That's 16. And I know 9 times 3 is 27. Then I could start adding them together. That's 23 plus 16. 79. And you can add them however you want. That's 39. plus the 27, 9, 10, 16, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 66. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 numbers. If we want to, we could check it with a calculator. We could say 5 plus 5 plus 6. Oops. Plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. Yep, 66. And then total is 66, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. So we have to do 66 and then divide it by 9. 66 divided by 9. 9 goes into 6? Nope. 9 can't go into 6, but 9 goes into 66. Let's see how many times. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. So 7 minus 63. That gives me 3 left over. Decimal 1 is 0. 9 goes into 33 times. So I'll put my decimal here. That's 27. Uh-oh. What's going to keep on happening? We're going to keep getting a repeating decimal. So 7.333333. Or if you guys remember, 7 and 1/3. Okay. That's our answer there. Okay. Example number 2. Example number 3. I did kind of simple there for you guys. The easiest thing to do when you have a set of numbers is you want to put them all in order, and you also want to do median, mode, and range first. These are the easiest to work. Average is the one that takes a little bit longer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put these numbers in order from least to greatest. Okay, so I'm going to go 6. Oh, I'm sorry. Do from least to greatest. So I'm going to do 2 first, and then 2, and then 4, and then 6, and then 8, and then 8 again. Okay, so we have our easiest one would be to do the range, the highest minus the lowest, right? 8 minus 2, we already know what 8 minus 2 is. 8 minus 2, that would be 6. So our range is 6. Okay, mode is the number that appears the most. If you notice, the numbers that appear the most is the 2, because you have 2 2s, and you have the 8s, because you have 2 8s. Now, if there was another 8, then the mode would be 8, because there's more 8s than 2s. But because they both appear more than once and an equal amount of times, then your mode would be 2 and 8. So for mode, it would be 2 and 8. You have 2 modes, and it's okay. Sometimes you have more than one mode. Okay. Median is the middle number. Okay. So if you notice here, you can get a 2, like this, like this, like this, and uh-oh, we have 2 middle numbers. Now, the easiest thing is, oh, what's the number between 4 and 6? 5. But what if you had bigger numbers? When you have 2 numbers that are in the middle, you find their average, meaning you add them up and divide by 2. Because there's 2 numbers, so we do 6 plus 4, that's 10, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 5 is my median. 5 is my median. And you can kind of tell because 5 is in between 4 and 6. But for those of you that didn't know that, if you have 2 middle numbers, you add them up and divide by 2. Okay? And then of course, last but not least, we have our mean, which is our average, which they ask us to add up. Okay, so add them all up and divide by however many numbers we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So we're going to add all these up and then divide by 6. So we can add this here. We can do the addition down here. Since we have more space, we know that's 4. We know that's 10 because we already added it. And then we need 16. Right? We have 10 plus 16, we know is 26, and then plus 4. That's 30. Ooh, so the total is 30. So from there, sorry about that. So I added them all up, and then now I'm going to divide by however many numbers I have. So we're going to do 30, and we're going to divide that by 6. And we also know that 30 divided by 6 is 5. So the mean and the median have the same number. Funny. Okay. And that's how we do mean, median, mode, and range. Okay. Miss you guys. You can go ahead and work now on your independent practice that looks like this. Okay, and if you finish that one early, then you can work on your second one, which is independent practice 2. Okay, but I will upload some notes later on this one. Okay, bye.